Hey guys, Coach Jason here. I'm actually just getting home from work, giving massage today and everything. Um, but I figured out what I would do is pop on live with you all here to share um, just part of my story and part of my journey because I've actually been finding that it's been coming up a lot lately in conversation. So I figured just come on with you all and share what my experience has been, to see if it can resonate with you all, and if it can just be of some help at all. As you can tell from the title of this, like it's my food addiction story, basically. And I mean, food addiction to me, just to put it out there, it is a real thing. To me, food can be that type of, honestly, a drug that you do get addicted to, but more so than just the physical thing of it, there's also a huge mental component to it, as are with most addictions. Honestly, like for me, food has always been a huge presence in my life. Like I grew up in a family where we loved get-togethers. Our family knows how to cook. We cook very well. We always had like homemade meals growing up and everything. Not a lot of eating out, to my recollection. And I've always been fascinated with food and cooking and nutrition ever since I was little. I mean, I even remember being in elementary school, and I don't know if they still do the book fairs every now and then, but I would always gravitate towards the cooking section. I remember one of the first books I went and picked up at the book fair was on Asian cuisine because I wanted to make homemade egg rolls. Like that was one of my first memories of the books I picked out. So food has always been a natural part of who I am and just a part of my life. Growing up, like we ate really healthfully. My mom was always wonderful about making us try new things. Sorry about that. My computer just restarted for some reason. And yeah, just very encouraging of trying new things, of new flavors. Let's see. And from there, honestly, so of course, like being that we ate a lot at home, I remember, okay, taking the next step into growing up, like in high school, I got my first job. Actually, my very first job I got at the age of 12, and guess where it was? It was in a kitchen. Actually, my church kitchen there was a lady there named Carol Ann who was looking for a little helper. So my mom actually volunteered me because she knew how much I loved and wanted to learn about cooking. So that's where I learned how to like make bread from scratch. I would help her make the salads and all of that stuff. So again, fostering that love of food, that happiness around it and everything like that. But then growing up into high school, getting my first regular job, working at a movie theater, so around like popcorn and nachos and candy. I mean, who doesn't love that? But also too, then having that revelation of, oh, I now have a paycheck and I have a car now. And so I remember that kind of hitting me. And since, like I said, fast food wasn't a huge part of my life or home life, I found myself going out more often. Like I would go out with friends or on lunch break at the movie theater. We would go out to eat at fast food. And because it was more of a treat, it was something that wasn't a regular part of home life. So that's just kind of where I treated myself to in high school. Like, and it got to the point that honestly, like I knew how to eat. I still know how to eat. I eat very well sometimes. But it would be nothing for me to go spend like $20 at Taco Bell or something like that and truly just inhale it. And it was just that soul satisfaction feeling of, I earned this paycheck, I'm going to go spend it on what I want, and what I want is food. So that is honestly where my paychecks went in high school, other than my car and my car insurance. And then, again, the next step of adulthood was growing up, moving out, moving in with my now husband. And again, you have that revelation of, oh, like I'm a for real adult now. Like I'm the one that has to go grocery shopping. I'm the one that has to think about what we're having for dinner. I'm the one that has to plan all of these things, cook all of these things, and I'll also have this other person that I'm caring for too, or that I'm cooking for. So I have to take into consideration what they like. And of course, in that first period of moving in together, you're so captivated with just being in the relationship that, like, you don't really worry about everything else. Like, you enter that happy phase, if you know what I'm talking about, where for both Adam and I, food was an incredible source of happiness. It's what we did. We went out to eat a lot. We would go out and get fast food and bring it home and have movie nights. And food was just a big part of us coming together. And it wasn't until my early 20s that, and I'm 32 now, and I would say probably early to mid 20s, that I actually went to the doctor, because I always knew that I had some health issues, just hereditary issues. And hearing that word, oh, you have hereditary issues, for some reason it made it okay in my mind to kind of write it off, because there wasn't really anything I could do about it. It was hereditary. So it's just like, well, if it's hereditary and it's going to happen anyway, I may as well just enjoy. And my hereditary issues was my triglycerides stayed severely elevated, like to the point my body doesn't even utilize my triglycerides. Like for a normal person, whenever you get your blood panel done, if your triglycerides are 150 or above, that's considered extremely high. Mine were regularly over 1,000. The highest I've seen them were like 2,300, and that's not an exaggeration. I have the blood panels to prove it. But like I said, hearing that was a hereditary issue, it made it easy just to write it off and to continue on the path of eating like how I was. But it wasn't until I was honestly shocked and slapped in the face with hearing my doctor just say straight out that if you don't do something, you're on your way to diabetes, you're on your way to heart disease, to pancreatitis, to other horrible things, including an early death. And at that point, I had already started, and I was in a new relationship, and it literally just shocked me. It shocked me into knowing that in my early 20s that I was already basically killing myself from the way that I was eating and the amount that I was eating. So I decided to make some changes. And now here's where the food addiction kind of picks back up, because up until that point, like I said, I was just kind of eating what I wanted to. I really wasn't paying attention all that much. I knew a lot about nutrition. I mean, I was in culinary school. I had a family that loved food and ate well, but I never really paid attention to the mindset behind it all. It was just food equaled happiness and instant gratification. But once I started working on my own health and making some changes at home, I then found that I've entered a new cycle. I found that I do have the capability and motivation to be extremely mindful of what I'm eating, and I know what I should be doing. And I'm really good at goal setting and following a program and getting through the program. But then something clicks in my mind that once I've completed something, or once I've reached a goal, for whatever reason, my go-to reward is that old lifestyle, that old way of eating. Oh, hi, Laura. And I would basically, after putting in all of this work and all of this effort in order to hit these goals, for some reason it was just okay to turn right back around and be like, you know what? I hit that goal. I'm the lightest I've ever been in my adult life. But because I did that, I now deserve to go eat all of this crap and reward myself with all of this basically just garbage food that has no nutritional value. It's just my old pattern and way of thinking. And that's what I've been pushing through and learning more about over these last basically 2.5 years. I mean, it's basically been an up and down roller coaster. As you all know, I am a Beachbody coach because I chose to follow this lifestyle because Beachbody and Shakeology were probably the first huge turning point in my food addiction journey that has truly made a significant impact. I mean, I've tried everything from like counting points to starvation technique diet plans to cleanses to juicing to other different products out there. I've even participated in clinical drug studies. I've done the phentermine. And honestly, like, nothing really affected me as much as what Beachbody has and what being a coach has. Like, even with my triglycerides, even doing those drug studies, the lowest I'd ever seen my triglycerides was still in the upper 400s. And to be honest, and I tell everybody this, before I even decided to dive into this life, like, I had already been doing some home-based workouts with Beachbody. Like, I love Turbo Jam and Chalene Johnson and all of that great stuff, mainly because I lacked the confidence to actually go to the gym. So again, that's a whole different story, but that's why I love working out at home, is you can just wake up, go, you don't have to worry about anybody else. But I was invited to try Shakeology for probably 3 months or so before I finally said yes, because at that point, after years of trying all those different things, I knew what nutritional guidelines I wanted to meet. So I took my time, I did my research, and I looked into Shakeology, how it was made, what was in it. Like, is it just another crappy, like, cheaply made protein powder that doesn't really bring anything other than some protein and carbs into your nutrition? Or is it something that's actually going to help? And what I found is Shakeology actually has a team of people that travel the world to source these ingredients. They are tested, I think, a minimal of 5 to 6 times each ingredient as they go from picked to processed to mixing to make sure that 100% of the nutritional integrity is intact. There's no high heat methods, there's no chemical breakdowns, there's no additives, there's no preservatives, there's no added sugar. All of these things that I was just checking off the list. And I said, you know what? Yes, I had sticker shock value at first because I had to build that value up myself. But once I started looking at our grocery budget and I decided to go for it and added that in, I was on Shakeology for 3 months, and that had been really the only nutritional change that I'd made. And I'd seen my triglycerides drop from over 2,300 down to into the 180s. And that right there is what sold me. So again, that's why I became a coach initially, was to get the discount on Shakeology because of what it had done for my internal health. So now that I had found a factor that was truly helping my body heal itself, I now have this time to focus on my mindset. I have this time to focus on, like, why do I still backslide? Like, once I achieve this goal, why do I then turn around to go back to my old way of eating? And that's honestly what I'm still working on. Just day by day, I'm learning certain triggers about myself. Like, I'm a definitely out of sight, out of mind type person. I'm a grazer. I snack throughout the day. Or like, if I make a plate of food for dinner, whenever I'm full, if I don't take my plate and then either go wrap up the leftovers or toss it out, if it just sits there in front of me, even though if I'm full, I notice that I keep eating. So it's those little triggers, those little things throughout the day that add up to it. And just day by day and program after program that I complete, I'm finding that my mental strength is becoming better. And I think another big part of it is, whenever I started this journey, and still is a little bit, is I go back to those old patterns because it's it's a mindset of fear, a mindset of lack, and that it feels like that you're having to give something up. It feels like you're having to give up the special treat. And that is one of the deepest things that I've had to come to terms with, that this journey and working on our health isn't about what you're giving up. It's not about, oh, I can never have this again. I can never do this again. It's all a journey based in self-love and what you were gaining from it. And that's not to say that you can't every now and then, like if you want that special treat that you loved, if you want that Taco Bell, go out and have a little treat of it. But that doesn't mean that it has to be something that you eat every day, or that you go buy $30 worth and eat in one sitting like I used to. And it's about finding a new balance and finding a new way to love yourself through the cheat days, which cheat days, I don't like the term anyway, because cheating insinuates something negative. Like, it, to me, they're splurge meals. They're treats, because that's what they should be. They, like those types of meals, they are treats. They are occasional things that you incorporate into your life to give you a taste of things, and then you return back to your basics. So, the thing I am really excited about with this journey is the next program that I'm diving into complete. I'm actually starting this coming Monday. I'm going to be spending this weekend doing the meal prep. I'm diving into a program called Shift Shop, and it is a 3-week ramp-up style program that is the first program that I've seen from Beachbody that has the option of a 100% fully laid out nutritional plan and shopping list and recipes and all of that stuff. And I'm really excited about it, because this program itself, more than just focusing on the exercise and the nutrition portion of shifting your life into the next phase, the trainer Chris Downing truly focuses on your mindset and getting into the core of like self-love and showing yourself how strong you are, and that your mind, when it's in the right place, really can conquer anything that you set it to. So that is what I'm truly excited about diving in this coming Monday. And I want to share this journey with you all. I want to video document from starting tomorrow, from shopping with the list, which I will be more than happy to share with you all, to meal prep, to the workouts, to the mindset, to everything, because it's through sharing that, one, I'm holding myself accountable, and you all can help hold me accountable, but that there's chance for all of us to grow as well. And it's just, it's a crazy journey, because it all really does start with the mindset. Like, we all can choose to wake up at any moment and go work out for 30 minutes. We can all choose to one day wake up and be like, you know what? Like, today I'm just going to eat my vegetables and protein and healthy fats. But if we don't focus on our mindset, and if we don't focus on why we woke up and made those decisions, and if we don't have a why as to continue making those decisions every day, our only option is to turn back to our old habits and our old ways. And so that's what I'm in here to change, and that's what I'm in here to share with you all, on tips on how to do that. And I encourage you all to share with me too, because trust me, like I said, I'm still learning. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm literally feeling a whole bunch of mixtures of things right now, but I'm making a promise out loud here and now with you all, that I'm going to do this, and I'm going to share my journey every step of the way with you all. If you follow my page and you see a day that I haven't come on live to chat with you all, somebody please call me out, because sometimes I need a coach just as much as I love being a coach. So, all right. But I hope that this story has resonated on some level. I hope it sparked some sort of inspiration to look inward and to truly start examining yourself if change is what you're searching for in life. If you need a partner by your side to go along with you that's growing just like you are, I'm right here for you. You can always reach out to me, start a conversation. I'd be more than happy to share with you more about like what I've done and what I've learned on a one-on-one. And yeah, I'm excited to just dive in this coming Monday and this coming weekend with prep work. And I look forward to sharing it with you all. So I hope you all have a great Friday night, guys. And here's to new beginnings starting tomorrow. I'll talk to you later. Bye.